Excuse me.
Hello.
Yes, I'm going to start. Wait, please wait. Today's attendance link is there in the chat box. Please fill it, okay? I will give you the yesterday's attendance link within half an hour.
Okay, ma'am.
Please fill the form. Yesterday we gave an introduction about human resource management. What do you mean by HRM? What is the difference between personal management and human resource management? And also we discussed about the objectives of HRM also. And also regarding the importance of HRM also we discussed. Today we are going to discuss about scope of HRM. Attendance link is available. Hope you seen my screen, right?
Yes,
Yes, madam. It
yes,
is
ma'am.
visible.
Everyone should mention your okay, full name, enrollment number, study center code, and the regional center code. Okay, two questions are there in your attendance link. Every regional centers you have to submit the form.
Excuse me, madam.
Students, please mute your mic.
Hello. Yeah. Hello.
Yes,
One query I'm having.
yes,
Should I submit this one in hard copy
yes. You can. Ah,
or online copy can be submitted?
what,
Uh, it can be
what,
submitted in
what?
online mode also. Can it be submitted?
Regarding what assignment?
Yeah. Regarding
Regarding
assignment.
assignment. Regarding the assignment, please contact your study center. Um, this is only for the class time. Okay, you can discuss anything relating to the assignment in your study center. They
Fine.
will tell you the details. They will provide you the guidelines. Okay.
That's okay. Right, madam.
Ma'am, I
Okay.
joined just now. What about the attendance? I didn't hear about it. Any what to do?
There is an attendance link in the chat box. You can fill it.
Okay, okay,
Attendance link is available in the chat box. Please fill this.
okay, okay, ma'am.
Okay, next topic is regarding the scope of HRM. Scope of HRM means human resource management. We already discussed what do you mean by human resource management. So first is about it consists of the following functions. First one is setting general and specific management policy for organizational relationship and establishing and maintaining a suitable organization for leadership and cooperation, which means that there is a general and specific management policy is there so that they can maintain a good relationship in the organization, and also they have to establish and maintain a common leadership policy and cooperation among the employees, like that. That is with the help of the human resource management, they can easily maintain a management policy which is acceptable to each and every employees. Second one, regarding the collective bargaining, contract negotiation, contract administration, and grievance handling, which means that collective bargaining means if there is any problem is arising between the when there is any problem is arising between the employees and the management, what happened is that usually trade union will interfere into it, so that what the management have to do is about they have to solve the problem between the management and the employees with the consultation of the trade union, that we called it as collective bargaining. Contract negotiation is also same. If they cannot solve this problem, through the arbitrator they have to solve the problem. Then regarding the grievance handling, that is they have to solve all the grievances of the employees. Next is about staffing the organization, finding, getting, and holding prescribed types and number of workers. That is, they have to staff the required number of employees. They have to find the required number, and they have to get that employees, and they have to recruit them in the right position. Okay. Then aiding in the self-development of employees at all levels, providing opportunities for personal development and growth as well as for acquiring requisite skill and experience, which means that but the organization always provides a self-development to all the employees. That is for the personal development, that is career development of the employees must be ensured by the management, and the growth of the employees also to be ensured. That is depends upon the skill and experience of the employees. They have to provide better development of the employees. Next is regarding the developing and maintaining motivation of workers by providing incentives. That is what they have to provide better incentives to the employees, so that what happened, the employees are more motivated. So MBA which means that motivation means what they have to motivate the employees through by providing better incentives. That is depends upon if they are working more and more, or working more than a particular hours, they have to provide a better incentive to the employees, which we call it as motivation. The reviewing and auditing manpower management in the organization, which means that usually we know auditing is done for financial transactions. The manpower, they have what they have to do is about they have to review how many employees are there, depends upon the what amount they spend for the employees, how many employees are there in the organization, what about their expenses, overall expenses, what about they have to follow like that. They have to clearly mention uh, they have to clearly mention about the manpower audit. That is how they have to maintain it, like that.
Ma'am, who will present the manpower audit? Uh, that
Manpower audit must be maintained by the management itself. That is,
okay.
for the recruitment, how many expenses they needed depends upon that. The how many employees are sustained for long run. Along with that, from the employees, how many what how many that is what organization, what they get from the employees, like that. They have to think upon each and every category. That is, the organization is spending something for employees, from the employees what they are getting, like that they have to evaluate, which we called it as manpower audit or HR audit. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Next is regarding industrial relations. Industrial relations means what? Maintaining a good relationship between the employees, which we call it as employee what industrial relation. That is maintaining a good relationship between management and the trade union and the workers.
Ma'am, in IR, do we consider a trade union and employee are a separate entity or the same entity? Just now you said that maintaining good relation between management, trade union, and employees. So, is employee is a different entity than trade union?
I didn't get it.
Actually, you said just that key IR means maintaining good relation between management, trade union, and employee. So, is
Yes.
employee is a different entity than trade union, or both are same entity?
Which means that there are organizations which the trade union is usually supporting the workers. There, the
Okay.
term arises as workers. Workers means those who are working for day-to-day expenses.
Okay. Means they
Day-to-day
are treated differently. Yes. Yes.
Yes, so
Okay. I understand.
whatever the needs is there in the workers, usually the trade union will interfere into it, and they are consulting with the management relating to the problems and the need of the workers. So they have to maintain a good relationship with the trade union and the management. Otherwise, what happened is that usually strike, lockout like that arising in the organization frequently, so that the work cannot be done properly. So for avoiding that, what they are doing is about they are maintaining a good relationship between the trade union and the management, which we call it as industrial relation.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Then next is about uh, uh, these are the scope of HR. Next, first one is about labor or personal aspect, which is concerned with the manpower planning, recruitment, selection, placement, induction, transfer, promotion, demotion, termination, training and development, layoff, retrenchment, pay and salary, administration, incentives, productivity, etc. Yesterday, a lot of terms we discussed. So, manpower planning, which means that what planning about the number of employees needed in the organization, right? Second one, regarding recruitment. Recruitment means what? Searching for the prospective employees and what stimulating them to apply for the job. Selection means from the different candidates we have to select a best employee. Then what placement? Placement means what? Placing the employee in the right position, which we call it as placement. Then induction means a newly employee must be what introduced into the organization relating to their superior subordinate organization, their products, their rules, regulations, which we call it as induction. Then transfer means what shifting a particular person from one place to another place without changing their salary, job position, etc. Just they are transferring the employee from one place to another place. Then regarding promotion, promotion means what? Shifting of an employee from lower position to higher position. Demotion means just opposite to promotion, which means that shifting an employee from higher position to lower position due to some punishment. Termination,
Hello, ma'am.
termination means what?
Hello.
They are terminating the employee from the organization due to some misbehavior or like that. Then training and development must be given to the employees
Sorry,
or
ma'am, to
provided by
disturb
training
you.
to the
Ma'am,
employees.
actually, your
Then
voice is not clear. Some internet issue is there, I think.
hope it is clear to you.
Some disturbance is there, ma'am.
Is it audible now?
Yes, it is
What?
audible. Yes. Yes, now it is audible, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So, what a layoff and retrenchment. Layoff means they are suspending the employee for a temporary period, which we called it as layoff. And what a retrenchment means temporary. They are sorry, permanently they are what removing the employee from the organization, which we called it as retrenchment. And wage and salary administration, they have to provide better remuneration to the employees, depends upon the work they are doing. And incentives means depends upon the work, they have to provide better incentives to the employees, and they have to ensure the productivity from the part of the employees. Also, second one regarding the welfare aspect, first one is completely related to the what completely related to the labor aspect and personal aspect. Second, provide better carrying facilities to the employees must be provided. Those who are from very long distances, education, if they are from coming from different state and their family is there, they have to provide better education facility to the employees. Then medical help must be provided. Proper health and safety must be ensured. Then washing facilities must be provided. Then recreation and cultural facilities also to be provided, which we call it as welfare aspect. Welfare aspect is usually provided to by the organization for the long run sustainment of the employees. That is, if an employee must be if they want to retain the employee for the long run, the organization must provide with better welfare facilities. Then regarding the industrial relation aspect, which means that this is concerned with the company's relations with the employees. It includes union management relation, joint consultation, negotiating, collective bargaining, grievance handling, disciplinary action, and settlement of industrial disputes. That is, they have to maintain a good relationship with the union and management. And joint consultation, whenever the problem arises, they have to jointly consult with the trade union and the management, and they have to solve the problems. Then negotiating means what, if something is more needed, the trade union usually negotiated with the negotiated with the management. Then collective bargaining is also we discussed grievance handling. Then collective bargaining is also we discussed grievance handling means whenever the grievances arises from the part of the employees, they have to solve the problems among the employees. Then disciplinary, proper disciplinary actions whenever they are making any misbehavior or any indisciplined behavior in the organization. And when any dispute arises also, they have to solve the problems also.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am, your audio is breaking continuously. We're not able
actually,
to.
the main problem is that I'm getting so many calls from your classmates. I don't know. Through the mobile network, I'm using I'm taking the class. When the call comes, it breaks.
Ma'am, your voice totally broke. Ma'am, you are not audible at all.
Your voice is not coming.
Call
Ma,
arises, some voice is breaking,
uh,
but I'm just cut off all the calls.
I I think there is a network issue, ma'am. So because your voice is
The
like
reason,
breaking for
that
like a
reason I am
30 to
telling, that
30
reason
or
I am telling is
40%.
that, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, the reason is that so many students are calling me during the class time. I don't know why. The number which is provided in your schedule, the students are calling me at the time of class. You know that at least you are having any doubt or you can join, you can directly call me after the class. During the class time, they are calling me. That's the reason my voice is breaking. Hope it is clear now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. The next one is regarding the nature of HRM. That is, you all have material, then I can stop the share screening.
Yes, we have, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, nature of HRM. Nature of HRM means first point is pervasive force. Pervasive in nature means what? Everywhere we can apply. Everywhere we can apply what? The human resource management. That is levels of management. What HRM is applicable, which we call it as pervasive force. No WhatsApp group, nothing is there.
Ma'am, can
Only the
you
class.
share the PDF?
Yesterday I put one
Ma'am,
link.
can you share the
Anybody is
PDF?
there having the link? Anybody is having the link? Yesterday's link?
Hello, ma'am. May I audible?
Yes.
Hello. Good morning, ma'am. I am
Yes.
Karishma. Yes, join your
Okay.
attend the class because of my working schedule. I can't attend the class yesterday. Please, can you update in WhatsApp group? Hello.
Madam, can you share the
No
notes? We don't
WhatsApp
have the
group.
notes with us.
Nothing is there.
Ma'am, because today is my first session in this Google Meet.
Only the class link is there. You can join only through the class links. Anybody is having the yesterday's link, the material link? Okay. I will share you one link. You can download the material from that link. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Ma'am, lodge is logged out.
Hello. Yeah, hi, this is Dr. Nimesh Agrawal. And I'm asking that is there any group where all the people have joined? Is there any WhatsApp group?
Yeah, that's what I was
Please
going to
let me
answer.
know if
Is there any?
there
It
is.
will be better. It will be better if you have a WhatsApp group. You can tell, ma'am,
Yes, yesterday one group has created.
so that any doubts can be cleared there. Any links can be shared and all those things. We have
I
to
think
ask, ma'am.
We actually got this
Is
mail
that
from our school. So I think depending on the regional center, I think you have the WhatsApp group. Because we already have one more
no?
WhatsApp group, which is RC Bangalore. So I don't know.
No, for each paper, it may be required to clear our doubts or in communicating with the
We can do
advice.
one thing. We can do one thing. Just write your number in the chat box, and we can create one group for the
No,
same.
we need not create. The teacher should create. It's proper for her teacher to create it. Admin.
It will be
We
easy
can
for us.
request.
If you don't want to, if you don't want to add your number, then it is totally fine. But if anybody wants to create a group, then they can share their number.
But I think it's more proper if the teacher is doing that way, so that
If someone has any kind of issue and source, then
they can
he
leave.
and
They
she
can
can
leave.
provide us. No, no, no.
I
I'm not
think
asking that. I'm asking for the group.
There was one group created yesterday. I've shared the link for that group invite.
Just now shared in the
Okay,
link.
yeah,
Yeah.
Was there a class
yeah.
yesterday?
Thank you.
Because the mail which we received, the schedules are from today. So I think we have missed.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing the group.
Anybody is having the um, somebody is asking the note, right? Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, I will share you the link
We got it, ma'am. We got it.
now. And some network issues there.
Madam,
Excuse me.
again your voice.
Can you please hear me? Some network issues there. So can I continue my class? Don't interfere into the class as some network issues is there. Okay.
Ma'am, please share your screen.
Yes. So nature of HRM, is it audible now? Is there in the excuse me. Now a link is there in your chat box. You can go through that link so that you can download your block-wise material. Okay. So nature of HRM, first one is about pervasive force, which means that it is pervasive in nature, that is present in all enterprises for every type. That is, even if it is an organization, it's a hospital, school, military, army, everywhere what we can implement HRM, which we call it as pervasive force. Second one is regarding action oriented. Action oriented means they have to give more attention on what they are doing. Action, that is just not giving more importance to the record keeping. They are giving more excuse me. Action oriented means they are concentrating towards the action, that is what they have to do, like that is they have to analyze the problems of the employees and they have to solve the problems of the employees, which we call it as action oriented. Then about individually oriented, which means that it tries to help the employees, that is how they can develop their potential fully, that is whatever the potential is they are having, the employees, they have to fully utilize the potential of the employees. Along with that, the employees must give their best to the organization, that is they have to fully utilize their potential and they have to utilize their potential to the fullest manner also, so that the whatever the results is having, the organization is having the better results also. Next is regarding the people oriented, which means that what HRM is completely related to the HRM is completely related to the people, excuse me. People at work, that is what a people oriented means, they are giving more importance to the people at work, not as individual or group. That is they have to put the job to the particular people, they have to assign the job to the people, so that they can analyze that whether the people is working very good in the organization or not, like that. Then future oriented means effective HRM helps an organization meet its goals in the future by providing for competent and well motivated employees. That is effective HRM always means that what they have to meet, how they can achieve their goal, like that they have to meet the goals and they have to provide better results to the organization also. Then development oriented is also completely related to the individually oriented, that is they have to develop the full potential of the employees and provide better training development, like that. And so that what happened is that they can gain more experience to the employees and they can achieve more in the organization also. Next is about integrating mechanism, which means that HRM always tries to build and maintain cordial relationship between the people, that is between the people they have to maintain good relationship between the employees and between various levels of the organization also. What they are providing better results also. Then comprehensive function, which means that what a workforce, which means that they have to work in different levels of the organization, that is including workers, supervisors, middle level managers, top level managers. They are working together in the organization for work for the better results. Then auxiliary service, which means that they have to assist and advise the line or operating managers to do their personal work more effectively. That is they have to provide better advice to the employees, better assistance to the employees, so that the organization can achieve their work properly. So we can also say that they are acting as an specialist advisor also. Then interdisciplinary function, which means that it is a multidisciplinary activity, that is utilizing knowledge and inputs drawn from psychology and sociology, anthropology, economics, etc. That is different what subjects are there in the HRM. That is HRM different principles are arising from the in coordination with the different disciplines, that is different subjects, like that. Then continuous function means once we are recruited the employees, just their function is not and to an end, because they are developing the employees. When they are terminating, they have to conduct the exit interview, then again their process is continuing, so it is a continuous function. Then components of HRM. Components of HRM, first one is regarding human resource organization, which means that it is concerned with achieving success by organization design and development, motivation, the application of effective leadership, and the process of getting across the message about what the enterprise is setting out to do and how we propose to do it. That is what they have to develop the employees, they have to design the organization service, they have to consider that it is the strategic objectives of the business, and they have to contribute successful achievement of the objectives also. That is, for completing each and every action in the best manner, they have to provide better services to the employees, so that the employees is also providing better results to the organization. So it is a cultural issue, and the corporate culture and can be developed or reinforced. And moreover, the organization development programs and interventions are also to be the body integrated together, and they have to improve the teamwork, and they have to motivate the human resources. For that, they have to provide better leadership to the employees and better communication to the employees also, so that they can avoid the conflict among the employees, and they can obtain maximum commitment from the part of the employees also. Second one is relating to the human resource planning, HRP. HRP, which means that how many employees are needed in the organization, what type of employees they are needed, how many are there in the present, how many are them wanted in the future, like that they have to analyze. And what about the expertise of the employees also to be considered. They have to fit with the whoever they are recruited, that particular employees must be fit with the corporate culture of the organization also. Next is regarding human resource system, HRS. Human resource system, which means that they have to maintain a proper system in the organization, which we called it as recruitment, appraisal, pay, look after the health of the employees, like that. That is recruitment, which means that they are conducting obtaining the required number of human resources in the organization, which we called it as information means what, ensuring that all the policies and practices are well articulated and to the workforce. That is whatever the communication they want to communicate between the employees among them. Next is regarding the training management. If the training and they have to provide training to the employees, like that. Then reward management. Reward management means what, they have, the organization must provide organization have to provide with better reward to the employees. That is, for the contribution they are providing to the organization must provide better reward to the employees. Then career management. Career management means what, they have to provide a better career path to the employees. That is, identify the need of the employees, identify the working area of the employees, and depends upon that they have to provide a better career opportunities to employees also. Next is regarding health and safety. Health and safety means what? A system of maintaining a health and safety system. That is, better health and safety system must be provided to the employees. Then regarding discipline management means what? They have to provide discipline to the employees, so that The employee behavior will promote the organizational objectives. That is, proper discipline must be maintained in the organization. Then culture management means what? Through the better values, attitudes, rituals, and sanctions, they can maintain a corporate culture in the organization also. Excuse me. Is it audible now? Is it audible?
The voice is breaking frequently, ma'am.
Yeah, now it's okay, ma'am.
Any doubts regarding what the
Ma'am, I have got it out.
functions,
Uh, you explained
components of
you
HRM and
explained
doubts to
HRP,
human resource planning.
and also, can you just elaborate what is the difference between HRP and personnel management? The personnel management is very old concept, but I think HRP and personnel management, are they synonymous or something different?
Personal management is the earlier term of human resource management is personal management, and human resource planning and human resource development both are two concepts. Human resource planning means how many employees are needed in the organization, and human resource development means regarding the what development of the employees. But that is, we have to provide better training and development, like that HRD.
Ex-
Personal management and human resource management is up to a certain extent it is same, but what in the personal management they are considered employees, are just the employees of the organization, not giving any importance related to how they have to maintain a good welfare among the employees, good relationship among the employees, like that. But now in the human resource management, they are giving more importance to the employees. They are human beings, they are treating employees as human beings, and they are providing better welfare to the employees, better incentives to the employees, like that.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. That
Okay.
means you are saying HRM has got two concept, like HRP and HRD. HRD
HRP, HRD, like that,
HRP.
different things are there. The next point is HRD. Now we discussed about what HRP, right?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
HRP, HR system we discussed. Next point is about human resource development, HRD. HRD concept, which means that it is the process by which the employees of an organization are helped. That is in a continuous manner, or continuous planned, what they are developing the employees. That is, they are acquiring and sharpen the capabilities of the employees, and they have to undergo some various tasks and functions also. That is what they are analyzing, that whether depends upon the expected performance they are working or not. That is, before working the organization is allotting some expected performance to the employees, and they are analyzing that whether the employees are performing according to the expected performance or not. And if they are not do so, what they have to identify is that they have to identify the need of the training, and they have to provide better training to the employees, so that their capability can be increased. And also they have to develop a good organization culture among the employees. That is, they have to maintain a good superior subordinate relationship among the employees. They can develop a good teamwork among the employees, and a collaboration between different units, so that they can maintain a good health, dynamism, and pride of employees also. These are considered as human resource development concept. And next is about human resource relationship, which means that handling the employees individually and collectively. That is, they have to analyze the performance of the employees as an individual or as a group performance, how they are improving the performance, so that they can maintain a good relationship with the trade union, staff association, etc. So the main aim is always related to how they can increase the cooperation and the trust among the employees. That is, they have to maintain a good cooperation among the employees and good trust among the employees, and they have to interfere into the company's affairs also. That is, they can actively participate in the company's affairs also. And also they have to analyze about how the problems is solved among the employees. They have to analyze different techniques for solving the problems of the employees in the case of disciplinary cases as well as in the case of grievances. Both must be solved properly. That is, there are two sides to a dispute, which means that the management and the workers, they have to identify the gap between them. Whatever the gap is there, they have to identify the gap and they have to fill the gap through solve the problems also. So unions, they have to manage like everything else in the organization, and management usually they have to get the union it deserves. That is, they have to identify what the union is asking, whether it is appropriate to them. If it is not appropriate to them, usually what happened, the organization is not ready to accept about the what that their need. So the recognition of the union is very important. The respective role performance of management and union, they have to identify the type of procedure they can adopt also. That is, between the relationship of the trade unions, they have to identify the procedures and the basic techniques of negotiating with the unions. That is, how they can negotiate with the unions, what are the different techniques they have to adopt. Then the mechanism of involvement through participation, both the traditional forms of joint consultation as well as Japanese improvement of quality circle. That is, joint consultation means what? It's an Indian concept, joint consultation, which means that the management unions is sitting together and they are consulting about the needs of the workers, like that. Quality circle, which means that it is a new concept provided by the Japanese concept, which means that those who are interested in the organization, they are joined together and they are discussing about the work related problems, and they are analyzing it, that how they can solve the particular problem, which means that a quality circle is a group of people who are joined together. Next one, human resource utilization. Human resource utilization, which means that you treat them as adult, treat them as partners, treat them with dignity and treat them with respect. So what they have to give importance to the productivity of the people. That is, they have to treat the adult, they have to treat the partners, and they have to treat the particular employees with dignity. That is, they cannot avoid the employees, they can ashamed of employees, like that. They have to give proper dignity and respect to the employees. That is, human relations values must be given more importance, like that. So the following actions are used to improve the use of human resources. First one, they have to conduct a productivity drive. Second one, related to, they have to improve the manpower budgeting and control technique, and they have to introduce the work measurement technique for measuring their work. Then they have to use the appropriate payment method, that is bonus method, profit sharing schemes, everything they have to analyze on what basis they have to provide. Then they have to improve the motivation level of the employees. Then they have to involve the employees in the improvement programs of the organization. Then whenever they can, they have to introduce the new technology into the organization. They have to negotiate the appropriate productivity agreements, and also they have to introduce the training programs to the employees also. These are the points in HR utilization. Then regarding HRA, human resource accounting, which means that people are the organization resources, so that they have to measure the cost and value of the people to the organization, and they have to involve the measuring the cost incurred on recruitment, selection, hiring, training, development, and employees judging the economic value to the organization. That is, as the organization is spending so many amount regarding to their recruitment, selection, training, development, they have to analyze that depends upon the expenses they are spending, how much income they are earning through that particular employee. That is, through the functioning of that particular employee, the organization will get the gain or not. Like that, they have to evaluate, which we call it as human resource accounting. Then, which we call it as human resource audit. That is, they have to conduct the audit to assess the effectiveness of the human resource function, so that they can analyze about the interactions of the human and organization also. HR auditor, they have to maintain an organizational design and the objectives, and they have to analyze the performance of the human resources, so that they can maintain a proper maintenance of the HRD climate and the practices. So the job of the HR auditor is that it is not an easy one. To gain success, he must be a selective about the particular area what they wishes to follow, like that they have a clear idea about that. These are the contents of unit 1. Any doubts?
Ma'am, I have got one doubt. In
Yes.
HR audit, do we check for the HR accounting also, eh, or only we audit the whether the organization or management is following the objective of human resource management?
HR accounting means what they are analyzing about the income and expenses from the part of the human resources. Okay. Auditing means they are conducting an overall audit about the human resources regarding the human resource planning, human resource accounting, everything. That is, human resource accounting is completely related to the expenses they are spending to the organization, and what about the income from that particular employee, which we call it as human resource accounting. Audit means they have to conduct analyze about the quantity of the human resources, quality of the human resources, cost of the human resources, expenses of the human resources, income from the part of the employees, like that everything is audited.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Excuse me, 1 minute. Actually, I stopped my share screen due to the network issues. You can go through the PDF. Okay, you can go through the PDF. I'm following the notes which is there in the PDF. When I share my screen again, my voice is breaking. Um, can anyone please send the attendance link once more in the chat box? Okay, thank you. You can get the material from the link which I put in the chat box. Okay, Higgy Kush. You can get the PDF from that link.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes.
Can you please explain the difference between the personal management and HRM once again?
I explained in the yesterday's class, and today also I explained it. It is the traditional concept which we called as personal management, and now it is called human resource management. And in the personal management, they are not giving more importance to the employees, just they are giving more importance to the work they are doing. But now the employees are treated as a human valuable asset in the organization, and they are giving more importance to the employees, and they are giving full welfare to the employees also. And earlier the subject is called personal management, and now it is called it as human resource management.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Actually, we have joined the classes today because we received a mail. All the classes are scheduled from today itself.
Okay, okay. Those who joined yesterday, can you please fill the form? I will give it to you now. Those who joined yesterday only have to fill this form. Okay. Moving to Unit 2, Functions of Human Resource Management. Functions of Human Resource Management. It's mainly divided into two: managerial functions and operative functions. So, excuse me. Okay, managerial functions and operative functions. Managerial functions is mainly classified into four: planning, organizing, directing, controlling. Operative function is mainly divided into five: HR sourcing, performance and development, compensation management, integration, and employee relations. And again, inside each and every topic there are subpoints also. So first one is regarding the managerial functions. Managerial functions, which means that human resource management involve planning, organizing. So here planning, which means that they have to clearly plan about the number of employees needed in the organization. How many employees are needed, like that we are thinking, and what are the activities they have to do. Okay. Is it audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Planning means predetermine the course of action. That is what planning of human resources, the requirements, recruitment, selection, training, etc. That is, they have to focus the need of the human resources. What is the need of the human resources? What about the changing values of human resources? What about the attitudes of human resources? And what about their behavior? Like that, they have to think upon the plan. They have to plan. That is, what are the strategies they have to implement in the organization for maintaining the human resources in the long run. That is, they have to clearly analyze about what are the different strategies for the programs or changes in advance, what they have to do in the organization for achieving the goals in the organization through the human resources. That we called it as planning. Second one is about organizing, which means that carry out the determined course of action. That is, structure and a process by which the cooperative group of human beings allocate its task. That is, what they have to carry out each and every course of action, and it is a structure and a process, and there is a cooperative group of human beings also, and they have to allocate each and every task among the employees, and they have to determine towards the objectives of the organization also. That is, the organization, they have to establish a good relationship among the employees also. That is, they have to attain the common goals, how they have to contribute towards the objectives of the organization. Like that, they have to think upon it, and they have to achieve the objectives of the organization also. So usually organization, we can say that they have to maintain a good relationship among the employees, and they can achieve the employees objectives through the what maintaining the good relationship among them. And the third one is about directing. Directing means what? The next logical function after completing planning and organization is called directing. Directing is usually considered as the execution plan of the organization. That is, the willing and effective cooperation of employees for the attainment of organization goal is very important. That is, through proper direction only they can achieve the objectives. So they have to tap the maximum potentialities of the employees, and it is possible only through motivation and command. That is, coordination is always deal with how they can successfully maintain the objectives of the organization. So directing means what? The executive function. That is, how effectively they can implement their planning and organizing in the organization. It is mainly included in the directing function. So for better directing force, what they need is about, they need a better cooperation among the employees also. And the last one is about controlling. Controlling means they have to check and verify and comparing the actuals with the plans. That is, depends upon the planning we can achieve the objectives or not, or whether there is any deviation between them. Like that, they have to clearly analyze it. That we call it as controlling. So controlling means what? They have to check, verify, and compare the actual plan with the what actual plan of the organization with the actual functioning of the employees, so that they can clearly conduct the auditing, and they can analyze that whether there is any deviation from the actual plan or not. These are considered as the managerial function of human resource management. That is, they have to plan it, organize it, direct it, and control it. Then second one is about operative functions. Operative functions of human resource management is mainly related to the specific activities of the employees. That is, employment, development, compensation, and human relations. So all these functions are mainly completed, integrated with them using. Second one, performance and development. Third one, compensation management. Fourth one, integration. And fifth one is about employee relations. So first one, HR sourcing, which means that the first operative function of human resource management, that is, here they are employing, that is HR sourcing, which is also known as employment, that is employing the people possessing the required kind and level of human resources necessary to achieve the organization objectives. That is, they have to employ the people, they have to possess the right kind of people, right level of human resources needed, and they have to achieve the organization objectives also. That is, they have to conduct the job analysis, human resource planning, recruitment, selection, placement, induction, and orientation. These are the main points included in human resource what HR sourcing. So that is what first one, job analysis. Job analysis, which means that process of study and collection of information relating to the operations and responsibilities of a specific job. That is, they have to conduct a detailed study of the particular job, as well as they have to analyze, they have to collect the proper information related to the responsibilities of that particular job also. That is, collection of data, information, fact, and ideas related to the various aspects. That is, related to the human resources, machines, materials, etc. That is, so we can say that collection of data collection is always related to the main material and the machines, and they have to analyze the information, fact, ideas, etc. Second one is related to the preparation of job description, job specification, job requirements, and employee specifications, which will help the employees in identifying the nature, levels, and quantum of human resources. Which means that they have to identify what are the specific functions they have to undergo in this particular job, what about the experience needed, qualities needed, what about the what professional qualifications they needed for the particular job. Sometimes some job need physical strength, so that they have to identify the physical strength of the employees. Then they have to provide a proper guide, plan, and basis for job design and for all operative functions of human resource management. So that is, they can guide, they have to provide proper guidance to the employees, proper guidance to the employees, then proper plan must be implemented, proper job design must be developed for the each and every activities of human resource management. Next is regarding human resource planning. Human resource planning, which means that determine and assuring the organization, that the organization is having an adequate number of people in the organization. That is, adequate number, adequate qualified persons are there in the organization. It must be properly ensured by them. That is, they have to analyze about the available number of human resources. They have to calculate the net, that is estimation of present and future requirements of the supply of human resources, depends upon the objectives, and they have to conduct the long range plans of the organization also. Second one is related to the calculation of net human resource requirements, and excuse me. So human resource planning, which means that they have to estimate the present and future requirements and supply of human resources, and based on that they have to analyze about the what present inventory of human resources also. They have to analyze about the present human resource inventory and the future human resource inventory, and they have to think upon what are the different steps they have to take for making changes and the strengthening the existing employees in the organization. That is, the training or any future development must be development programs must be given to the employees, so that they can acquire more jobs in the organization. Then they have to conduct the preparation of action programs, that is to get the rest of human resources from outside the organization, and they have to develop the human resources in terms of existing employees. That is, they have to prepare an action programs for the human resources, so that each and every employees can do their activities in the correct manner. Next is regarding the recruitment. Recruitment means what? Searching for the prospective employees and stimulating them to apply for the job, which we called it as recruitment. That is, they have to identify the existing source of applicants and they have to develop them. That is, if a higher position is vacant, they have to analyze that whether any present employees are there to promote to that particular position. If he or she is there, then they have to provide better programs to them so that they can complete that vacancy through the internal source of applicants itself. So they have to identify the existing source of applicants, then depends upon that only they have to identify the new sources of applicants, then stimulating them to apply for the job so that they will get a good candidate from outside, and they have to strike a balance between the internal sources as well as external sources. That is what while they moving towards the completely external sources, what happened is that the internal employees may get demotivated. So for avoiding that, they have to maintain a balance between the internal sources and the external sources. That is, for some type of job they have to recruit that particular position through the internal sources itself. At the same time, for some vacancies are reported from the outside. Then about selection means they have to ascertain the qualifications, experience, skill of employees, and they have to appraise the suitability of the particular job also. That is, for the selection process, they have to identify the qualification of the employees, experience of the employees, skill of the employees, knowledge of the employees. Depends upon that only they have to provide that particular applicant to the particular position. So first one is regarding the application blank. That is, they have to create and develop a valid and reliable testing technique to the employees. They have to conduct a better testing technique. Through that only they have to select the best employees. Then they have to formulate the interviewing techniques. Then they have to check the reference of the employees. That is, whether the employees are what checking references means while you are applying for a particular job, you have to give a reference to the employer relating to the regarding the inquiry of you. Mainly they are providing with the academic qualifications, that is any teacher from the college, and along with that, if you are having previous experience, you have to provide the previous employer as your reference. Okay. So then they have to conduct the medical examination policy for the employees. Then the line managers decisions must be important. Then if the line managers are satisfied, then what they have to do is about they have to send a letter of appointment to the employees. And if they are rejecting, sometimes some organization will send the rejection letter also to the employees, then employing the selected candidate who report for duty. That is called a selection. So selection means through the different techniques only they have to select a best employee in the particular place. Next, after selecting the employee, the next process is about placement. That is placing the right person in the right job, which we call it as placement. Excuse me. So placement means what? Assigning the selected candidate with the most suitable job in terms of job requirements. That is matching of his employee specifications with the job requirements. That is called the placement. Placement means what? Process of assigning the selected candidate with the most suitable job in terms of job requirements. That is depends upon the qualifications and specifications of the employees. They have to place the particular employee in the right place itself. And while they are conducting the placement, they have to analyze that whether the employee specifications is matched with the job requirements. That is employee specifications, which means that the minimum quality required to place in that particular job. That is job specification means minimum acceptable quality is required to do a particular job, which we call it as employee specifications. So they have to analyze that quality and the job requirement is matching or not. Depends upon that only they can decide that whether the particular employee is a right in that position or not. Then induction and orientation. Induction and orientation means introducing a particular employee into the organization, which we call it as induction or orientation. That is not related to the job but related to the policies practices of the organization. That is, they have to give a proper training to the employees related to the organization's history, their activities, their different branches, their policies practices, their leave policies, where they are going to work, in which department, who is your superior, who is your subordinate. Like that, they are introducing the employee into the organization, which we call it as induction or orientation. The next is about performance and development. Performance and development, which means that process of molding a particular employee or improving the particular employee, or changing the skills, knowledge, creative ability, then aptitude, attitude, values, commitment, etc. That is, for fulfilling the present position and the future position, whether the particular employee is what apt or not. Like that, they have to evaluate it, which we call it as performance and development. 1 minute. Okay. Next is about performance appraisal. Performance appraisal means systematic evaluation of the performance of the employee, which we called it as performance appraisal. That is, systematically we have to evaluate that whether the particular employee's performance is good or not. Like that. So development policies must be framed, then procedures, techniques, everything must be maintained, and it is usually done with the help of the functional managers, and they have to review the report, and consultation of the report must be done, and they have to evaluate the effectiveness of various programs also. That is called a performance appraisal. That is evaluating the performance of the employees, which we call it as performance appraisal. The next is about training. Training means imparting of employees knowledge. That is, they have to analyze. Each and every employee is having some knowledge, so they have to impart the skills and attitudes of the employees, which we called it as what a training. So identification of training needs of the individuals and the company, and they have to develop the suitable training programs to the employees, and they have to help and advise and line management in the conduct of training programs, and they have to impart the requisite job skills and knowledge to the employees also. That is, they have to help and advise the management, advise the line management in the conduct of training programs, and they have to impart the requisite job skills. Helping and advising the management in the conduct of training programs, and they have to impart and requisite the job skills and knowledge also. So they have to evaluate the effectiveness of training programs also. This we called it as training. Then management development. Management development usually means that it is the process of designing and conducting suitable executive development programs, so as to develop the managerial and human relations skill of employees. That is, what here we are analyzing the process of designing and conducting, that is the suitable executive development programs. That is, they have to develop the managerial and human relations skills also, and what they have to identify the different areas in which the management development is needed. They have to identify the correct areas where they have to provide better development programs. Then they have to, after identifying the particular area, they have to conduct the development programs also. Then they have to motivate the executives, and they have to design the special development programs which is for the promotion. Then they have to use the services and specialists, that is institutions, their executive development programs, like that. They have to use the services of the specialist also. Then they have to evaluate the effectiveness of the executive development programs, whether the particular executive development programs is good for the employees or not, like that. They have to evaluate and they have to provide it. These are considered as the management development. That is, usually we are using the training and development terms simultaneously, but the difference is that training is provided to all the employees in the organization. At the same time, the development programs is provided only to those who are going to get promoted to the higher position. That is the main difference between training and development. Training is provided to all type of employees. At the same time, development is provided only to those who are going to promote to the higher position. Okay. The next is about career planning and development. Career planning and development, which means that the organization have to develop one's career and implementation of career plans. That is how they have to develop the career of the employees through the different career plans or any other programs. They can improve the performance of the employees, that which we called it as career planning and development. Through the education, training, job search, job education, etc., they can improve the performance of the employees. Then internal mobility means vertical and horizontal movement of an employee within an organization, which we call it as internal mobility. It consists of transfer, promotion, demotion, etc. Transfer, which means that process of placing the employee from one place to another place, but there is no change in the position levels, etc. Then promotion means upward reassignment given to the employee is called the promotion means what? Upward reassignment of the particular employee, which we called it as promotion. That is giving more higher position to the employee, higher salary, higher reputation, etc. So promotion usually means that they have to formulate the equitable, fair and consistent promotion policies and procedure. That is promotion also, they have to develop a same policy to all the employees. That is no complaint must be arised from any employees, like that. They have to ensure the promotion. So fair and equitable promotion must be ensured. And advising the line management and the employees, advising line management and employees on matters relating to promotion. That is, they have to provide better advices to the line managers regarding the promotion, so that when there is any confusion arising from the part of the employees, the line managers can himself solve the problems, how they are promoted the particular employee from one position to another position. Okay. Then oversee the implementation of demotion policies and procedures. That is, while they are providing any demotion to the employees as a punishment also, they have to develop their own policies and procedures on what basis they are providing demotion, like that. Then retention and retrenchment management. Employees prefer to retain their employees for long run. Usually every organization, they are ready to retain the employees. If they are of talented one, they are ready to retain them for the long run. But what retrenchment means what? They are terminating the employee, those who are less talented. That is, in the organization concept, if the particular employee is of a very talented one, he or she must be there in the organization for long run. At the same time, if he or she is of less talented, they will terminate the employees, which we call it as retrenchment. So employees have to modify the existing human resource strategies, and they have to craft the new strategies so that they can provide more salaries to the employees, provide more benefits, and they have to provide better career development to the organization. And also along with that, they can usually improve the quality of work life of the people also. And sometimes what the management is doing is about, management is is providing with the less payment to the less talented employees, and those who are having high talented, they are providing with the better salary and packages also. Then change and organizational development. Change, which means that sometimes some employees are not ready to accept the changes of the organization, and they are not ready to accept with the changes and go with an organization. What happened is that sometimes those some employees will left the organization due to the unacceptability of the change provided in the organization. Next is about compensation management. Compensation management, which means that providing adequate and fair remuneration to the employees, which we call it as compensation. That is, equitable remuneration must be provided to all type of employees. Providing adequate and equitable fair remuneration. It includes, first one is regarding the job evaluation. That is process of determining the relative worth of the job, which we call it as job evaluation. That is, select a suitable job candidates. Suitable job evaluation technique must be adopted in the organization. They have to classify the jobs into various categories. Then they have to determine the relative worth of the job. uh, Conducting wage, that is wage and salary administration, can be done through conducting wage and salary survey. They have to determine the wage and salary rates based on different factors. Then they have to administer the different programs also. Then they have to evaluate its effectiveness also. Then regarding incentives means they have to formulate and administer the various investment policies to the employees. That is they have to review the schemes of the financial incentives also. Which means that, what in addition to the regular payment of wage and salary, they have to create what some incentives, that is festival bonus, like that something is provided. That is, if any employee is working more than the regular hours, they have to provide incentives to the employees. And if they are working for the target and they achieved the target also, they have to provide incentives to the employees. Like that, a policy must be framed by the organization. Then bonus means a statutory bonus must be provided to the employees according to the Payment of Bonus Act 1965. And there are some amendments also. According to the amendments, the organization must provide bonus to the employees. Then fringe benefits. Fringe benefits means those benefits at the fringe of the rate, which means that other than the incentive salary which was provided by the organization, which we called it as fringe benefits. That is, for meeting the life contingencies, they are providing the fringe benefits also. Usually it includes disablement benefit, housing facility, education facility to the employees and children, then canteen facilities, recreational facilities, conveyance facilities, credit facilities, legal clinics, medical, maternity, and welfare facilities, company stores, etc. Like that, different benefits must be provided to the employees apart from the wage and salary, which we called it as fringe benefits. Then social security benefits. Social security benefits is also provided in addition to the fringe benefits, which means that providing a social security to the employees who are working in the organization. That is workman compensation to those workers or their dependents in related to the accidents incurred in the organization. That is, if a particular employee is working in the organization and if he or she is incur any accident from the organization, either the employee will get the compensation or their dependent will get the compensation. Second one, relating to the maternity benefit to the women employees who are working in the organization, they will get 6 months leave with the salary. Then sickness benefit, medical benefit must be provided. Then disablement benefit or allowances must be provided. Then dependent benefits, retirement benefits, etc. The next is about the integration. Integration means integrating the employee into the organization. That is, human resource policies and programs like employment, development, compensation, and interaction among employees. What they have to create a sense of relationship between the individual worker and the management organization. That is, a proper integration must be provided to the employees. That is, they have to create a sense of relationship among the employees also. So it is the process of interaction among human beings and human relations in the area of management. They have to integrate the people into the work situation and the way that motivates them to work together productively. That is what interaction among the employees, which we called it as integration. That is, they have to integrate each and every employee into the organization. Integration is ensured by the employee. The benefit is that if they are integrating the employees, they are working as a group team. That is, they can satisfy the economic needs, psychological needs, sociological needs, and social satisfaction must be ensured. So it usually include, they have the employment engagement. Employee engagement means engaging the employees in the different activities of the organization. They have to understand and applying the models of perception, personality, learning, intra and interpersonal relations, intra and intergroup relationship, etc. That is, they have to ensure a good relationship among the employees, both as an individual as a group. Then they have to motivate the employees. Then they have to boost the employee morale. That is, commitment towards the organization have to increase. Then develop the communication skills between the employees. They have to develop the leadership skills between the employees, and whenever the grievance arises, it must be redressed properly. They have to handle the disciplinary cases through some disciplinary mechanisms. Then counseling the employees in solving their personal and family work life, family and work problems, and releasing their stress, strain, and tensions. That is, they have to provide proper counseling to the employees. Then provide a comfortable work environment by reducing fatigue, monotony, boredom, and industrial accidents. That is, a comfortable work environment must be ensured by the organization. Then they have to improve the quality of work life of the employees through participation and other means. That is, what a better participation must be ensured, and they have to improve the quality of work life also. Then last one is related to the employee relations. That is, which we called it as industrial relation. That is, they have to maintain a good relationship between employees, employers, government, trade unions, etc. It usually includes trade unionism, collective bargaining, industrial conflict, workers' participation in management. That is, in the managerial decision making, there are a group of person. From that, they are putting one of them as the worker director, and they can represent in the particular meeting so that they can participate in the management decision making process also. Then some emerging functions of HRM is strategic HRM, ethics and HRM, HR accounting, audit, research, international HRM, HR outsourcing, etc. Next topic is about roles and responsibilities of HR managers. Um, that is each and the role of human resource management is to plan, develop, and administer policies and programs designed to make. Excuse me. Okay, next roles and responsibilities of HR manager. The role of HRM is to plan, develop, and they administer policies and programs, and they have to design it to make the optimal use of an organization. That is, organization human resources must be utilized properly. So it is that part of management which is concerned with the people at work and with their relationship within organization. So the objectives are effective utilization of human resources, desirable working relationship among all members of the organization, and maximum individual development also must be ensured. So they have for these purposes, usually what happen, we are conducting the human resource management in the organization. So HR functions is usually, we know that it is an administrative function as well as professional functions, and in the challenging scenario it is usually involved overall strategic management also. HR professionals also usually having what a different roles, and they are required to have a thorough knowledge of the organization and its intricacies and complexities. That is, there are different complexities are there in the human resource management also. So they have to identify the particular complexities, and they have to solve the problem, and with the thorough knowledge they can easily solve the problems also. So the ultimate goal of every HR manager is to Shahana, Shahana, can you please mute? So HR professionals have an encompassing role, and also they have to maintain a good linkage between the employee and the organization. That is, they have to maintain a good relationship between them, and the employee commitment to the organization is also a crucial one. That is, the ultimate goal of every HR manager, they have to develop a linkage between the employee and the organization. That is, every HR manager is always working for the good linkages between the employees and the organization, so that they will work for the organization and they can achieve more result into the organization also. And they have to provide a continuous education to the employees. So the first and foremost role of HR manager is to impart the continuous education to the employees about the changes and challenges facing the country in general and their organization in particular. That is, we know that we are working in a turbulent environment. That is, day by day, lot of changes is happening to the environment. So the main role of HR manager is
One doubt.
they have to aware the particular employees is to what um, is to give awareness about the changing environment, and whenever there is a change in the environment, it must be implemented in the organization, and the employees must be ready to accept that changes also. That is the main duty of every HR manager. Next is about what the employee should know about the balance sheet of the companies, that is the sales progress and diversification of the plans, and share price movements, turnover, and other details of the company also. Then the HR professional, they have to impart the knowledge to the employees also. And the primary responsibilities of HR manager, they have to develop a thorough knowledge of corporate culture, plans, and policies. They have to act as an internal agent, internal change agent, and consultant. And they have to initiate the change and act as an expert facilitator also. They have to actively involve with the to actively involve in company strategy formulation also. And they have to keep communication line open between HRD function and individuals and groups both within and outside the organization. That is, they have to keep the communication line, and they have to maintain an open relationship between the employees also. Then they have to identify and evolve HRD strategies in consultation with the overall business strategy. So they have to better communication link must be maintained, and that they have to identify the better human resource development strategies also. And they have to facilitate the development of various organizational teams. That is, a good working relationship must be maintained between the teams and individual, and they have to lead the people, and they have to employees to work more, and they have to evaluate the impact of HRD interventions or test how HRD in general has improved individual performance as well as organizational performance. Resource managers, that is, nowadays they are having three type of roles: administrative role, operational role, and strategic HR. So administrative role, which means that HR practices are there, legal compliances they have to perform, and the paperwork, that is, they are mainly give importance to the administration and the record keeping. reviewing, and usually include the legal paperwork and the policy implementation also. And whenever there is a changes happened in the recent years, they have included the two major shift driving also. That is, one is about greater use of outsourcing and greater use of technology also. So technology has been widely used for improving the administrative efficiencies and the responsiveness of human resources also. That is, they have to analyze about the web-based technology. That is, they have to analyze about the it is electronically available, like that they have to think upon it, and they have to actively participate according to the activities also, so that they can utilize the e-learning system, internet-based resources, everything. Then second is about operational and employee advocate role of HR. That is, HR manager manage most HR activities in line with the strategies and operations also. That is, they can identify the employee champion for employee issues and concerns, and usually HR usually often with the employee advocates in the organization, and they act as a voice for employee concerns, and they have to spend considerable time on HR crisis management, and they have to deal with the employee problems also. That is, both work related problems and what not work related problems. They have to identify what they have to do. Then employee advocacy must be maintained. That is, they have to ensure fair and equitable treatment of the employees. That is, regarding the personal background and circumstances, they have to analyze about the employees performance also. Then the operational role usually requires HR professionals to cooperate with the various departmental and operating managers also, and they have to identify whether the supervisors can maintain, identify and implement needed problems and programs and policies also. They have to tackle each and activities in an efficient manner. Then strategic role of HR. Strategic role of HR means it's also a dominant role. That is, broader transformation in HR is needed. That is, they have to significantly less HR time and fewer HR staffs are needed for the clerical work also. That is, they have to identify the differences between the operational role and strategic role, which is existing in the human resource area itself. So strategic role, which means that HR professionals are proactive in addressing business realities and focusing on future business needs, and they are analyzing about the strategic planning, compensation strategies, then the performance of HR and measuring the results of the organization also. At the same time, HR usually does not play an important key role in coordinating the strategies, but instead they are carrying out the major HR activities also. So the many executives, managers, and HR professionals are increasingly seeing the need of HR management to become a greater strategic contributor. That is, they have to identify the business success of the organization also, and they have to respond towards the what it actually needs. So the role of HR as a strategic business partner, we can say that it is a broad level and they are contributing towards the strategic directions and the success of the organization. That is, HR is usually involved in devising the strategy in addition to the implementation of strategy. So the part of HR contribution, we can say that financial expertise is needed in each and every activity. They are putting the chief financial officers, CFOs, and HR executives to help them to plan and meet the financial requirements of the organization also. So the strategic contributions of HR manager, we can say that they have to evaluate the merger and acquisition which is done by the company, and conducting the workforce planning, They have to expand the workforce expansion, they have to ensure, and they have to provide a better operation, transferring operations, international outsourcing, like that. They have to work with the executives to develop a revised sales operations, and also they have to provide with the competitive triumph also. So the role of HR manager is usually as a facilitator, and we can say that corporate vision must be there. So the 7S usually maintained is divided into two categories, that is HR soft S and HR hard S. Soft S means that style, staff, skill, subordinate goal, and hard S, which means that strategy, structure, system. So through that they can achieve the business strategy, and what they can usually ensure the organizational effectiveness also. And these 7S usually we call it as McKinsey's 7S framework. That is, according to this framework, usually they can maintain a good relationship between the hardest and softest. Through that they can achieve the business strategy and the organizational effectiveness also. Functions of human resource managers. First point is about, it is an intellectual one, that is the basic skill in the human resource manager is usually is of what a intellectual one, that is when we compare with the financial expert. Here HR manager usually deal with the people, so they have to provide proper command to the employees, proper communication to the employees, and they have to give proper communication to the employees through their better languages. So HR manager, the man's skill lies in his command over the language, and they have to deal the people with the different activities also. Second one, as an educator, which means that human resource manager usually command over the languages. That is the primary tool. They have a deep interest in the learning and also in achieving growth, and usually human beings like to grow and realize their full potential, and they have to harmonize the growth of the individuals of the organization, and a personal administrator must be there, and they have to provide better opportunities to the employees to learn and growth also. Then as a discriminator, which means that they have the capacity to discriminate between the right and wrong, that is they have to provide a just and what identify the honest activities, and they have to identify the just and unjust activities also, and they must judge the activities in the right manner, don't have any partiality to any employees, like that. So human resource manager as an executive, which means that they have to execute the decisions of the management, and they have to implement the policies right to the management, and they have to conduct the speed, accuracy, and objectivity, and they have to streamline the office in the right manner itself. And they have to find out the causes of delay. If any work gone delay, they have to identify the reason, and they have to provide better training to complete the activities in the most appropriate manner. Then as a leader, which means that the manager, HR manager, they have to provide the people, the groups of people, and group dynamics and political and the social dynamics. They have to strike out a good leadership also, and they have to set a good as a leader, they have to provide a better leadership role, and role as a leader, the HR manager have to provide some examples to the employees, so that they can easily accept the HR manager, and they can adapt the rules maintained by the manager also. Then as a humanist, which means that they have to handle with the human problems, that is lot of human problems are there, they have to deal with the various levels of people, so they have to perform his functions and sensitivity and feeling also. Then as a visionary, which means that which means the leading function, that is evolve its vision in the future, and the primary responsibility they have to ensure is about They have to develop the social organization, and they have to provide a progressive function to the employees also, and they have to consider them as a good thinker. They have to set policy making, which is acceptable to all the employees also. Then emerging aspects of HRM function, strategy and HRM, already we discussed. Strategy means the organization have to develop some strategy, uh, which is common to all employees, so that they can say that the common strategy is adopted by the organization for each and every activity. So it must be coordinated and motivated to the employee workforce also. So usually there are two basic types of strategy: competitive business strategy and human resource strategy. A competitive business strategy is for choice making and how to serve the customers better, and human resource strategy is always for how to serve the employees better, like that. Then ethics and HRM, which means that HRM practitioners must role in keeping, disseminating, and enforcing organizational ethics. That is they have to avoid the misconduct also, the types of misconduct compensation, which means that falsifying expense report, like that. So they have to avoid it. That in the next area is about the employee relations. That is, they have to maintain a good relationship. They cannot maintain any manipulation in the relationship between the employees. And staffing and equal employment, that is they without any racism, gender, age discrimination. They have to provide better employment to all type of employees in the organizations. So if there is any some unethical practices must be there in the organization, it must be removed, and they have to provide a better ethical practices to all the employees in the organization. Then HR outsourcing, which means that the concept of outsourcing is familiar to us with the help with the term BPO, that is business process outsourcing. Like that, HR outsourcing, which means that the recruitment selection, like that, some activities which is done by the external agency, and after taking a final employee, they will allot it to the organization, so that they can avoid, they can consume the time process by conducting recruitment selection, like that. And sometimes the training and development may also to be done by the external outsourcing agencies. Then moving to unit 3, environment and HRM. Organization environment and HRM, which means that the environment is mainly divided into two: external environment and internal environment. External environment means those environment which is outside to the organization and beyond the control of the management. And internal environment means internal to the organization and which is under the control of the management also. So there are different external factors and internal factors which is affecting the environment of the organization. External factors usually include government regulations, uh, economic conditions, technological advancements, workforce, demographics, and legal factors. And the internal factors usually include organization structure, organizational safety, organizational culture, union, compensation, etc. So external environment, you have to identify that you are undergone some work pressure. They have to analyze about it, and the different type of regulations usually include HR department usually hire and train the employees, and so economic conditions, and what they have to analyze about what's happening around them. And technological advancement usually means the external influence, that is what are the new technologies they are taking, so that the employees organization have to look into it, and if any technology must be adopted by the organization, they have to adopt the new technology into the organization also. Then workforce demographics, which means that what are the workforce of the organization, that is how they can attract the new set of candidates into the organization, that is they have to hire the new employees, hire the new employees by adopting the different type of techniques. The legal factors, that is they have to undergo different act, like Factories Act, Trade Union Act, Payment of Wages Act, Minimum Wages Act, like the different act is related to the human resources. They have to go through that act, then only they have to finalize each and every policies. So the external environment, usually we call it as pestle analysis, which means that political, economic, social, technological, environment and legal factors. Pestle changes are continuous one, and those factors, usually first one is about political political factors usually include government funding, initiatives and grants, that is political instability, taxation, and relationship with other governments also. They have to analyze the human resource practices also. Then regarding economic factors, which means that inflation, unemployment, exchange rate, interest rate, etc., and they have to analyze about the rate of economic development also. uh, then they have to analyze what are the things which is directly affecting the organization, like that they have to analyze about the economic factors. Then about social factors, which means that lifestyle, ethics, demographics, education and culture are the different things which is affecting the social factors. And they have to analyze what are the changes which is affecting the organizational culture, depends upon the social changes. And HR practitioners, they have to analyze the social changes, and they have to understand what are the things they have to available to the employees or not. Then next is about internal environment. Internal environment means also known as organizational factors, that is which is under the control of the managers, that is whatever the internal factors which is affecting them, which can be controlled by the management. First one is about compensation, which means that the attractive compensation of business factors usually attracting more number of employees into the organization. They can get more qualified people into the organization also. They have to conduct a survey of compensation structure, and they have to analyze about the competitive force, and they have to analyze the competitive advantage also. Competitive advantage, which means that advantage over the competitors, that is in what area or organization is getting advantage over the competitors of the organization. If the organization is providing with better compensation packages, the benefit is that they can attract and retain the best talented employees in the organization also. Second one is related to the employee relations. That is, human resource activities must consider several factors related to the training their staff, the recruitment policies, etc., and they have to monitor the retiring employees also. The benefit is that so that they can easily replace the arrangement also, that is what when a particular employee is retiring, at that position they can replace more talented employees into the organization. Next is regarding customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction, which means the change in the customer preference, is also the important factor which is affecting the organization. They have to identify what are the different factors affecting them, like that. As the customer is considered as the important thing, they have to satisfy the customers to the fullest manner. Then new entrants means there are different business entering into the industry. So if the organization does not provide with competitive salaries, what happens is that the talented employees will shift to the new organization. So they have to analyze their industry in order to know the new entrants, and it will help them to have a better strategies, and they can retain the talented employees also. Some of the internal factors which is influencing the organization is about, first one is about the size of the organization. That is, larger the organization, what happens is that HR practices is also of very complex in nature. So they have to identify how the large firms is affecting, and they have to do the different functional areas depends upon the activities they have to do. Excuse me. So organization size is very important. Next point is related to the organization structure. Structure, which means that the hierarchy of the organization, which we call it as organization structure, that is the superior subordinate relationship, like that, and how they are reporting to the organization. What about the firm strategy and the structure? They have to determine the human resource practices. They have to increase the global competition also. They have to analyze about the changing business environment, and they have to analyze about the structural differences also. Then relating to the business strategy, it means that to gain competitive advantage, they have to develop better business strategies. They have to improve the strategy of the organization also. Then organization structure, which means that, so culture, which means that a common culture which is shared among the employees, that is the assumptions, beliefs, values, etc. of the organization, which is commonly shared among the employees, which we call it as organization culture. Then top management and line managers, which means that they have to analyze the directives of the top management, and they have to analyze about how far it impacts the HR practices also. HRM policies usually depends upon the importance the top management they have to assign to the HR functions, etc. And power and politics, which means that organizational power and politics is also a crucial one. They have to execute the policies and procedures in the organization. They have to Next is about strategic human resource management. That is strategic human resource management, which means that the formulation of organizational mission, goals, objectives. So regarding the strategy management, first one is about organization identification. It refers to the identification of the identification of the purpose and mission of the organization that currently exists. I'm posting the yesterday's attendance link once more. Those who are there in the yesterday's class, please fill this form, and I will share the today's attendance form also.
Hmm.
I shared both the attendance link. Those who are there to attend and provide the attendance, please fill the form by 5 minutes itself. Okay. I think so many of them filled today's attendance, but so many are there to fill the yesterday's attendance. Please fill this. Okay. Yes. What do you mean by HRM? Nature of management and nature of HRM, functions of HRM, importance of HRM, scope of HRM. Every portions important. Other than this, strategic human resource management, all other portions are very important. From the strategic human resource management, usually no such important questions are there. Uh, you will get more questions from the area of human resource management. I'll just go through the strategic human resource management. Okay, so first one is about organization identification, which means that they have to go through the purpose and mission of the organization, and they have to identify the goals and objectives also. And the second one relating to the environmental analysis, which means that they have to analyze the internal environment as well as the external environment. Internal environment as well as external environment, and they have to consider them properly also. Second one regarding environmental analysis. Environmental analysis, internal environment and external environment, and we can say that they have to conduct the SWOT analysis also, that is strength, weakness, opportunity, and the threats of the organization. And here it comes the pestle analysis also, that is political, economic, social, technological, environment, and legal analysis. Formulation, which means that they have to formulate better strategy of the employees, that is for getting advantage of the competitors. uh, they have to develop a better strategy. Then whatever the strategy they are whatever formulated, it must be properly implemented in the organization, which we call it a strategy implementation. uh, then strategy evaluation. Strategy evaluation means Evaluating the strategy which is implemented by the organization, and they have to identify that whether there is any deviations whether there is any problem when we compared with the actual strategy also. So strategy evaluation means whatever the strategy we are implemented, we have to evaluate the strategy. Actually, the important questions, I will share you a particular link at the end of the sessions, that is end of the fifth session. I will share you a link which is there, all the previous questions are there in my Google Drive. I will send you that particular link. Okay, then theories is not needed actually. Then there is an international human resource management, that is how the HRM practices are internationally we can apply it like that. So international HRM means what? How the employees are internationally we can manage them, which we call it as international HRM. So human resource planning, staffing, performance evaluation, training, development, compensation, benefits, health, safety, labor relations, all must be what analyzed. That is, as the employees are working in the different areas, they have to analyze from where they have to work, how they have to work, like that. They have to evaluate the performance of the employees. International HRM function. International HRM function, which means that they have to plan to which employee we have to send to another country, how they have to manage it, like that. Before conducting an international assignment, the organization have to conduct a thorough study of the employees, then only they have to finalize that whether they have to implement the particular, whether they have to take that employee or not, like that. They have to think upon it. Then staffing, they have to staff the particular employee who can control the overall operations only. That is, if they can control the overall operations, then only they have to allot the particular employee into another country. So staffing means what? They have to coordinate and control the operations which is globally acceptable to the employees. That is, if a particular employee can work in global assignments, then only they have to allot the particular employee. Yeah. Then performance appraisal, they have to conduct the international level performance appraisal, because what it happened is that the performance appraisal which is conducted in one country is not acceptable to the person. um, uh, uh, what compensation management, also they have to analyze about the compensation practices, that is how they are providing better compensation to the employees, like that. While they are providing with the compensation, they have to analyze that whether it is met by the employees in the different countries also. That is, the expenses which we met in our country is not equal to the payment which we mentioned in the other countries. So they have to analyze it. Then regarding the training, they have to provide better training to the employees also. Then regarding the issues, first one is about the globalization which is affecting them. Then there is a changes in the environment, the impact of the environment. Then they have to analyze about the cultural differences faced by the employees from one country to another country. These are about first block. So we can discuss the second block in the tomorrow session, and the questions will be given at the end of the fifth session. Okay. And regarding the assignments, you can contact your study center so that you will get the details relating to it from the study center. Okay. So thank you all. Next class we will start the block 2. And if anybody want the note, I am posting the link once more. You can download the note from this link, HRM notes.